Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Let's break down the influencing factors of bill to pay in a contact center. Because this KPI is a financial ratio of billings versus direct wages, it's highly sensitive to both revenue-side dynamics and labor-side realities. In other words, even small shifts in billing rates, wage structures, or workforce utilization can significantly impact the ratio and therefore profitability. On the revenue side, factors like contract structure, market pricing, client mix, and SLA penalties shape how much money flows in. On the labor side, factors like wages, incentives, benefits, occupancy, and shrinkage determine how much money flows out. Understanding these drivers isn't just about monitoring a number, it's about knowing which levers to pull to keep the ratio healthy, stable, and profitable. Let's start with the first influencing factor of bill to pay, the bill rate, which represents the revenue side of the equation. This is the numerator and determines how much money is billed to the client per unit of service. 1. Contract model. The way the contract is structured has a direct impact on billings. It can be per FTE or per hour, per call, per minute, or outcome-based, such as per sale or per promise to pay. Each model creates different revenue dynamics and risk profiles. 2. Client geography and industry. Offshore delivery typically drives higher bill-to-pay ratios, while onshore delivery tends to be lower because of higher wage costs. Some industries, like regulated sectors, may require more compliance investment, but may not always pay proportionally higher rates, which can tighten margins. 3. SLA penalties and incentives. Missing service level targets can lead to reduced billings, while exceeding them can bring performance bonuses or Gantt payouts. This makes SLA performance a direct revenue driver. 4. Negotiation strength. Large volume clients often negotiate lower bill rates, which can reduce the financial buffer in your ratio. Smaller or specialized clients may offer more flexible pricing. In short, the bill rate is shaped by contract structure, geography, industry context, SLA performance, and negotiation power. Strong control on this revenue side creates the financial foundation for a healthy bill-to-pay ratio. Now, let's shift our focus to the direct pay cost, which represents the denominator of the bill-to-pay ratio. This side of the equation captures how much money flows out in wages and related costs to deliver each unit of service. 1. Base wages. This is the core salary or hourly rate paid to agents. It's the foundation of the labor cost structure and typically accounts for the largest share of the denominator. 2. Variable pay. This includes incentives, performance bonuses, and attendance pay. While these can help drive performance, they also add variability and upward pressure on labor costs. 3. Overtime payments. When extra hours are required to meet service levels during peak periods, overtime pay inflates the denominator, increasing total labor cost per unit. This is why workforce planning and schedule adherence are so critical. 4. Benefits and statutory pay. This includes social security contributions, health insurance, pension, leave accrual, and other compliance-related costs. These are often non-negotiable and must be fully factored into labor economics. In short, direct pay cost isn't just the base wage. It's a combination of fixed and variable elements that shape your true cost of labor. Managing these components effectively is key to protecting and optimizing your bill-to-pay ratio. Let's now look at workforce dynamics, one of the most critical labor-side influencers of the bill-to-pay ratio. Even if your bill rate and pay structure are well designed, inefficiencies in workforce dynamics can quietly erode profitability. 1. Attrition. High attrition drives up recruitment and training costs. Every time an agent leaves, you incur additional expenses to hire, train, and ramp up replacements. This increases the effective pay cost per productive hour, putting pressure on the denominator. 2. Shrinkage. Shrinkage includes paid but non-productive hours, such as breaks, absenteeism, meetings, or training time. When shrinkage is high, you're paying for hours that don't generate billable output, increasing cost per unit of service. 3. Occupancy and utilization. When staff are underutilized, labor costs are spread over fewer productive units, making the denominator less efficient. Balanced occupancy, not too low and not too high, helps optimize cost efficiency without burning out the workforce. In short, workforce dynamics can make or break your bill-to-pay ratio. Controlling attrition, managing shrinkage, and maintaining healthy occupancy levels are operational levers with direct financial impact. Let's explore how market and economic conditions influence the bill-to-pay ratio. These external forces often sit outside direct operational control, yet they can significantly impact both revenue and wage dynamics. 1. Wage inflation. When pay rates rise rapidly, especially in offshore or nearshore markets, it squeezes the bill-to-pay ratio. Even stable billing rates can come under pressure if wage costs grow faster than revenue. 2. Currency exchange. Many offshore centers bill clients in US dollars or British pounds, but pay wages in local currency. Forex fluctuations can either strengthen or weaken margins, depending on exchange rate trends. A weaker local currency can create upside, but a stronger one can shrink profitability overnight. 3. Labor law changes. New minimum wage laws, mandatory statutory benefits, or changes in tax rules increase pay costs. These are non-discretionary expenses, meaning they directly raise the denominator and can tighten margins if bill rates aren't adjusted. In short, market and economic forces can shift your bill-to-pay ratio even when your operations stay the same. Smart financial planning, contract flexibility, and regular pricing reviews help mitigate these external shocks. Let's talk about operational efficiency, one of the most powerful internal levers influencing the bill-to-pay ratio. Even when pricing and wages are fixed, operational performance can make or break the financial outcome. 1. AHT, or average handle time. When AHT is longer than planned, it increases the wage cost per contact. Agents spend more time per interaction, meaning you need more paid hours to handle the same volume, inflating the denominator. 2. FCR, or first contact resolution. Poor FCR forces customers to call back or re-engage multiple times, which dilutes the effective revenue per wage dollar. High FCR, on the other hand, boosts efficiency by solving issues in a single interaction. 3. WFM accuracy. Workforce management plays a critical role. Inaccurate scheduling or forecasting leads to idle time and low utilization, which reduces the efficiency of paid wages and weakens the ratio. In short, operational efficiency is a direct profitability lever. Improving AHT, FCR, and WFM accuracy allows you to get more value out of every wage dollar, strengthening the bill-to-pay ratio without touching your pricing model. Let's talk about the influence of AI and automation on the bill-to-pay ratio. This is one of the most transformative levers for both cost and productivity in modern contact centers. 1. AI containment and resolution. When AI can resolve or deflect routine contacts through chatbots, IVR, or self-service channels, it reduces dependency on full-time employee wages. This lowers the denominator, improving the bill-to-pay ratio while maintaining or even increasing service capacity. 2. AI Agent Assist. Real-time guidance and automation tools help agents work smarter and faster. This reduces handle time, increases productivity per wage dollar, and drives operational efficiency. 3. RPA, or Robotic Process Automation. By automating repetitive, manual tasks, RPA removes non-value-adding work from the agent's plate. This makes direct pay more efficient because every paid hour goes further. In short, AI and automation can significantly strengthen the bill-to-pay ratio by reducing labor dependency, increasing agent efficiency, and creating room for scaling without proportional cost increases. Let's now look at client portfolio and strategic positioning, a key commercial lever that shapes the bill-to-pay ratio over time. 1. Anchor clients. Large, long-term clients often play a strategic role in the business. Vendors may accept lower bill-to-pay ratios for these accounts to maintain and strengthen the relationship, betting on stability and volume over margin per unit. 2. Short-term or transactional clients. For these types of accounts, the bill-to-pay ratio needs to be stronger. Why? Because there's less predictability, and the vendor must justify the operational and financial investment with higher returns. 3. Volume stability. When client volumes fluctuate unpredictably, idle time increases, making pay costs less efficient. Stable client volumes, on the other hand, improve utilization and optimize the denominator in the ratio. In short, your client mix and positioning strategy directly influence bill-to-pay. Anchor clients bring stability. Transactional clients require stronger margins. And stable volumes make every wage dollar work harder. Let's wrap up with a summary of the influencing factors of the bill-to-pay ratio. This KPI is shaped by multiple levers across revenue, labor, efficiency, and external market forces. On the revenue side, factors like contract model, geography, and SLA penalties or incentives determine how much is billed to the client. On the labor side, wages, overtime, incentives, benefits, as well as attrition and shrinkage directly impact the cost denominator. On the efficiency side, operational levers such as AHT, FCR, occupancy, and WFM accuracy shape how effectively labor is utilized. And on the external side, wage inflation, forex movements, labor laws, and client mix can all shift the ratio, even without changing daily operations. Sustaining a healthy bill-to-pay ratio requires striking a smart balance. Fair wages that attract and retain talent, efficient labor utilization to control costs, and strong revenue protection through effective pricing, negotiation, and SLA performance. This is why bill-to-pay isn't just a finance metric, it's a strategic health indicator for commercial strength, workforce stability, and operational resilience. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.